rough statistics out there for the hopeless romantics. A new study compares college-educated black women to white female counterparts. That research shows black women are 53% less likely to marry another educated black man with a degree. Joining me now to talk about this here on The Factor Uncensored, KG Smooth, Simone Redwine, and Dr. Christine Belliard. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. So why is this such a lopsided statistic, Doctor?
Oh, good question. So what we know is everything that we talk about, systemic racism, criminal justice issues, all of this really comes up in our families and even in our dating statistics. So starting from
And when you say families, black families.
Oh, black families. Even from the time a black male is born with infant mortality, they have a less likely rate of even surviving to live all the way up until they die. So that really is inequity between the races when it comes to even, one, just survival. So now when you have the most educated group, which are now black women, who are looking for partners, and a lot of black women, we're the highest group, along with Asian men, to want to marry within our ethnicity, our race, that are looking for eligible partners, and it's difficult because usually people meet in college. That's almost the narrative we were fed. Go to college, find you a good man, and that narrative now, it really is being questioned. So there's a lot for us to unpack when it comes to dating, marriage for black women who are educated.
And Simone, you're an attorney.
Yes.
Was that always, or was that a thought for you, looking for educational equality?
Absolutely.
With your significant other?
Yes, I wanted an intellectual equal. And actually, my mother had warned me about these statistics back when I was in high school.
What was that conversation like?
My mother said, don't do like me. She said she focused on what was the girl-guy ratio, but didn't know that that meant white girl to white guy ratio. So she said, make sure you ask about black males to black females. I did, and the only school that I found out of all of them that had a ratio in our favor was Notre Dame University. There are 50 black men to every black woman on that campus because of sports. It's a small campus, but they have so many African American men due to their sports.
Did they take into account those black men dating white women?
No, no. But I hope of the 50, I was like, we're gonna figure this out.
The funk, you know, right about that. That's real.
Very true. Very true.
So, KG, your thoughts on this study and the struggle that black women face?
I think the question needs to be asked. Is she looking for that at that moment? I mean, I think when you're in college, like, have fun. Like, do you want to be tied down in a relationship while you're studying? I mean, it's going to take away, you know, some of your time, your energy, and all of that. So I think one needs to ask themselves, do I want this, or am I going to be here to have fun? And not only that, I mean, is this from PWIs, just predominantly white institutions, that these statistics are prevalent, or did they also gauge the HBCUs?
Can I point out something really fast? I think it's so interesting that the black male pointed out, oh, go to college, have fun. And you have the narrative of go to school and really try to find a mate. What are your best odds? And to me, this speaks to the inequity, where you were able to be given the narrative, I'm making an assumption, that you should go, develop, have fun. And we know the ratio in most schools to black men compared to black women, it's disproportionate. Some schools, it's 13 women to 1 male. And a lot of the men know that. So they're having a great time.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But since it's on the backs of black women, sometimes little.
You can do that. Yeah, you
I don't think anybody should get married until 30, if you ask me. I mean, because you're in your 20s, you're still learning who you are. So, you know, trying to jump into a serious relationship as you're trying to obtain a degree, I mean, if you're great at balancing it, hey, have at it.
And Dr. Belliard, is it your responsibility, though, to look as a black female for another black male?
I love that you point this out. One thing that I'll say, it's important for us to really expand our horizons for some black women who are open to dating outside their race. Because one thing I'll say, if you open up the pool, you do have a higher likelihood statistically. And I want to point out with stats, if we understand that 53% of black women are less likely to get married, that means there are some black women who are getting married. So we have to also counter this negative that, oh my gosh, because I know I even fell into that. Getting a PhD, there are huge statistics. If you are a black woman getting a PhD or any graduate degree, you have less than a 15% chance of getting married. So if I would have just fed into that narrative, it's easy to really function from fear. So my biggest thing to counter racism and all of these isms is to always try to counter the narrative. Don't function from fear, but allow yourself to really connect with who you are, what do you really want, and how can you open up yourself to the possibility of your dreams, because black women, we deserve to have it all. You can pursue a beautiful career, but also your family life. You deserve that as well as anyone else.
Now, Simone, we know you're engaged to a black guy. You came here on the Factor Uncensored, and you guys are both reality stars. You announced it. But did you ever at one point say, look, I can't find the black guy I'm looking for. Let me go with who's breathing and who's got a pulse.
Absolutely.
And also the standards I'm looking for.
Yes, because, for me, a minimum is you have to have at least a college degree. And actually, my sister told me, she said, if Rashid doesn't work out, my fiance, I'm picking a white man for you. She just already told me. She said, yeah, I got to pick, because the ones you have brought home are a little bit crazy and a lot of bit of trouble. So I said, well, let me make this work.
KG, you didn't go home with her, right? You guys were on the same reality show.
Yeah, we were on the same. No, I didn't go home. No. But I will say this, fellas. The intellectual woman, they are the most freakiest. So I want to get you an educated woman and make sure that you are, you got a brain too.
See, it wasn't me who said it this time. It was KG's who said it. Is there ever, for you as a male, like, okay, I need her to have this, that, or do you say, if we can get along, I like that. If I love her.
Yeah, I definitely have some characters. I want her to be smart. I want her to be funny, and I want her to be carefree. I'm not in the business of trying to control a human being. That's not my job. If I rock with you, I rock with you, good, bad, and indifferent. So, just be authentically you.
And Dr. Billiard, for those who may have that checklist, and there are a lot of women, are you telling me to rap when I just asked the question?
It's getting good.
Really quick, with a checklist.
Yes,
if you have a checklist and you want that checklist, but it's not happening, what would you tell that woman in 20 seconds?
I would just say in 20 seconds to get some feedback on your list. Right? See, head nod. Make sure you check in with people that perhaps you look up to that are in relationships, people that perhaps are really great friends. Because what I'll say, sometimes people are bound by their checklist, and sometimes, yeah, he may not be 6'7", but he may be 5'11", and you're married.
We got you.